Hi boys and girls. Adam Gorightly, KSC here. And I am the, KSC is the keeper of the sacred cow. So I think that fits. I'm one of the new keepers of the sacred cow. And back in 2009, Bob Newport, who was one of the founding fathers of Discordianism, passed on to me Greg Hill's Discordian archives, which he rescued from going into a dumpster in 2000 when Greg Hill died. The family, I guess, passed them on to Bob Newport. And so there are about a total of 5 boxes of materials, and within those materials are the Principia Discordia archives, and I'll go through those now. And what we have here is the first edition of the Principia Discordia. You can see
Pui.
Oh,
Pui.
And the 5-fingered hand of Eris there. It says the House of Apostles of Eris, Malaclips the Younger, KC, Keeper of the Cow. And this first page, you can see here is, there was about 3 or 4 of these sacred cow pages. It was the first image of the sacred cow, and it's done with a pretty sophisticated printing process for 1965, or so I've been told. I showed this to one guy who's worked a lot in printing in the early days of computer, and he's going, "Oh my God, how did he do that? What did he have access to?" He had access to some good printing technology, or paid for something to get it done. So that's the sacred cow, and it later ends up in all the editions of the Principia Discordia copied.
Where did he live at that time?
He was in New Orleans when he produced this.
Okay.
I can get into that a little bit more when we finish it. But so that's the cover. That's the first page, and if you hold that, then a blank page, then you'll see the Principia Discordia, or How the West Was Lost. Now, when I picked this up, I went, "Holy crap! This is the rare." The legend has it that there was only 5 copies produced, and I said, "Am I holding one of them?" 5 copies produced, Hill said, most of which were lost. Now there's another page, and I'm not sure what the hell that means. Something Discordian.
It means fixed with cooker.
And so you see the table of contents, so I won't go through all of that. It's continued. This is page 1 of table of contents. It's continued on page 1.5. Which is page 1.5. The Office of High Priesthood. I'll just go through this real quick. There's about 60 pages here.
For heaven's sake.
The five apostles, saints, and like personages.
Why wasn't this carried forward, do you think? Why do you think he didn't...
It was. It ended up in the... And a lot of the material in this... The material in the early versions, pieces of it, ended up
small
in,
pieces.
Yeah. This was Greg and Carrie coming up with this stuff, mainly. That they were writing and putting together in
55 or something?
No, in 64 and 65.
Huh.
They really got serious about this craziness. Put a lot of detail on in the early days of how it was all going to work, what the different structures were, these calendars, how they certified popes. It was pretty detailed and intense. There was a Bureau of Projects, compilers of the truth. You had the lay compilers of the truth, and you probably had some other. The Orders of Eris. He had the Knights of the Five-Sided Temple, the Communist Infiltrated Auxiliary of the Knights of the Five-Sided Temple. Goes on and on. The Ichabod College. The Apocalyptic Prophets Local number 666. Talks about the official Discordian document numbering system. And then there's notes. But wait, there's more. So a bunch of illustrations. There's the lay branch of the compilers of truth, whatever they were. What are these? Knights of the Five-Sided Temple. There's the Pentagon. Something, something. Ichabod College. You know, a lot here. The Brotherhood of Apocalyptic Prophets. Famine, plague, death, chaos, war, doom. Local 666 chapter. Here's the bowel movement. One of 5 copies. Legend has it there was only 5 copies of the first edition. This was Greg Hill's copy.
And this is in Fullerton.
Yes, that's where he was after New Orleans. He went back to L.A. And then the last page, business cards for the Discordian Society. So this is the 5th edition. All it is a Western Union telegram with a bunch of M's on it. Why, would you ask? Greg, and this is actually the original here, telegram. Greg worked for Western Union during this period, and at one time the whatever you call that machine just went crazy. And when he discovered it, there was hundreds of these with M on it. He thought it was like a universal statement, the universal M. So that was the final statement of
You think that's why Carrie's wife joined the Buddhists?
I don't know. There it is. So those were the 4th and the 5th edition.